was a construction company in Rio de Janeiro that decided they wanted to build these luxury high-rise apartment buildings and cater to the wealthiest people in the area. So they set out and they built the Palace Towers. They were gorgeous. They had floor-to-ceiling windows that overlooked the ocean, state-of-the-art appliances, custom cabinetry, crystal everywhere. It was luxury at its finest. And because they catered to the wealthy people, they were sold out. They completed construction in 1995. And then on February 22nd, 1998, the Palace 2 tower completely collapsed, right to the ground, killing 8 people. And of course, everybody's shocked. It's a brand new building. How does a brand new building just collapse? So they brought in engineers from all around the world to investigate. And what they found was that the construction company, in order to save money when they built the foundation, they mixed concrete with beach sand. And they spared no expense when it came to making this building look incredible from the outside. But when it came to the building's foundation, the very thing that was going to allow this building to stand the test of time, they decided it wasn't worth spending the money. And this is how I feel we take care of our health today in America. We will spend money on all the shiny objects, everything that makes us look amazing on the outside, the nice cars, the nice watches, the nice trips. But when it comes to our foundation and our health, and the thing that will allow us to stand the test of time and give us energy, vitality, and longevity, we often think it's not worth spending the money. How many people have you actually known that you thought they were really healthy because you looked at them and you thought, they look really good? And then you come to find out, maybe they had some kind of chronic autoimmune issue, or maybe they even had a heart attack. Because it's not what we look like on the outside. It's what we've built and invested in on the inside. Because all it takes is one health event, and you can collapse the whole family structure. In our world today, when we have the internet and access to all of this information that tells us we should be eating well and exercising and getting proper rest, I'm still very confused at why we are one of the sickest countries in the world. 90% of our chronic issues today, our chronic health issues, are food and lifestyle related. So when it comes to this information, if we're not utilizing it, what's the problem? It's confusing, isn't it? So one day, something's really good for you, and then the next day it's not. And when you're confused, it's very hard to make a decision. So I started to think about all the people that I've been able to help in my 25 years in practice and help them build and restore a foundation of health for themselves. And I realized that they all have this one thing in common, this silver bullet. And the silver bullet, it's that one trait that allowed all of them to navigate through the confusion, to be able to help them understand, to put themselves first and build their foundation so that they could have a better life. And not just a long lifespan, but an actual health span. So this one silver bullet was super easy. They just took action. Now, I know you're all thinking, that's easy, I can do that. But if it's so easy, why don't we? And then the people that don't take action, they also share a common trait. And that is, we have excuses, don't we? Excuses will prevent us from getting everything we want in this world. In the next 10 years, what does your life look like if you don't make decisions to take action, to start rebuilding your foundation, and just exercising every day, and maybe stop eating processed foods? And we all know we shouldn't be shoveling donuts in our mouth. But we've got to take action on this, and your why needs to be so much bigger than the excuse. What does your family look like? What does your retirement look like? Make that bigger and take action on it. Because if anyone could have made excuses in this world, it was my mom, Sally. Imagine being a single mother in the 70s, raising 4 kids on food stamps. Now, my mom was an incredibly talented seamstress. In fact, she made the dresses that we're wearing in this picture. She also made custom neckties for men, Sally's ties for guys. So you're probably saying, oh, that's cool, she was an entrepreneur, but not how we think of today. She was able to use her talents to make just enough money to put a roof over our heads, clothes on our backs, and food on the table. And she worked tirelessly every day to make sure that we had these basics. And then there's my brother Phil, the great disruptor. He had so much energy, he bounced off the walls, and he drove us all crazy. So my mom thought something was wrong with him. She took him to the doctor. The doctor said, this boy's hyperactive. He needs medication. Does that sound familiar? So my mom, not knowing any better, comes home, gives him one dose, one day, said it turned him into a zombie. She said, no way. There's got to be something better I can do for my family. So here's my mom figuring out, in the absence of the internet, that all she needed to do was change how we ate. And she came through the house like a tornado. She took out all the processed foods. She took out all the sugar cereals. We had no more Captain Crunch, and we had no more Pop-Tarts. But what she gave us was a home-cooked breakfast every morning on the table, a homemade lunch to take to school every day, and she was usually home by the time we got home from school to make us dinner every night, because fast food was not an option. And then she'd go down in the basement and she would sew all night long. And she did this every day. And never once did I hear her say, it took too much time, it was too much effort, or it cost too much money. Because my mom knew that the foundation of her family was at stake, and she knew she needed to take action to make sure that she set us up for success in life. But what she didn't realize was that her actions would be so far-reaching, it would lay a path for my brother, the same one that was told he needed medication to function, to walk on and own and operate a multi-million-dollar construction company today. She also didn't know that I would walk that same path as a single mother to raise my daughter with the same values. And then stand here before you today to encourage you to look at your health and your life from a different lens, from the inside out and not the outside in. Because you can look really good on the outside, but if what you have on the inside is weak and brittle, you will crumble every time. Be like Sally. Take action. It's not going to be perfect. And as our good friend Charlie Wahlberg would say, start today and then start again tomorrow. Thank you.